I've been listening to a lot of Alan Watts. I don't know if you guys have heard of him or
Yeah.
listened to him, but like
He's
if we
chill.
look at each other all
Or he
as
was
like
chill.
oh, he's so cool. I love him.
Yeah.
He was way ahead of his time. Like he talked about how like gender is a social construct, and we like he said if we were smart as a society, I wouldn't be standing here wearing pants. I'd be in a skirt. Like, but here I am in pants because that's like the social norm. So, anyway, I've been listening to him, and he's like he studied like Zen Buddhism and all this stuff, and he talks about how like he talks about ego death and like how you are just an extension of the universe, and the universe is you putting on a mask. You know, it's like really trippy stuff, but like I kind of extend this into like we are all extensions of each other. And that's what I am kind of trying to get at people is like you don't need to like do that thing with Todoroki where like you literally mix people with fire and ice to get a fire ice boy. Like you just like take somebody who has fire power, take somebody who has ice power, and make them a team, and now you
just
basically
have them as a team where one can cool the other off. Perfect.
Yes. Like that's how, and so like, you know, in anime terms, I guess that's like how I'm trying to get people to view each other now is like we are all extensions of each other.
I mean, I've tried to do a handful of videos where I've just argued against atomization, because that's kind of where a lot of our problems come from, is that we are. And COVID did not help with this at all. But a lot of us are isolated and atomized from one another. And especially here in the States, we do not view ourselves as a collection of people. We view ourselves as individuals with individual motivations. When a lot of our motivations, like if you pile them together, they all just kind of come down to we don't want to be fucked with and we want to be happy. And you can work towards that way better as a group than as a single person.
Who's Anthony Gramuglia? He's in my chat right now, and he's got a lot of subscribers.
Oh, Anthony does video essay stuff.
Hey there. Welcome in. Sorry, it just distracted me.
Distracted by big numbers.
Yeah, I was like, well, I saw like the gray outline around his name. I'm like, oh, this is an important person.
Troubled Tinfoil says using animes to argue against racism sounds dystopian. I don't think it does, because as human beings, we internalize a lot of media, and whenever we do any type of like viewing of other things, whenever we make a judgment call on anything, we're always comparing the thing we're judging to what we've experienced before. And one of the fastest ways for a human to gain new experiences is through media. Not everybody can go travel the world and become worldly, but everybody can pick up a book. Everybody can watch a movie. Everybody can watch an anime. I think describing a shared human experience or trope or problem through the lens of an anime is no more dystopian than explaining it through the lens of a book or a movie. It's just a piece of media that you've experienced that had an impact on you.
Yeah, you'd never say the same thing about like a Shakespeare piece of work, which Shakespeare for his time was pretty crude and like crass, and
yeah, I bite my thumb at you.
Yeah, basically the modern day equivalent of poop jokes. Like, but we're fine using him because it's way back when and it sounds fancy. I actually really like the discussion around One Piece lately. People are talking a lot about like the politics in One Piece, and it's really good in my opinion.
So it would be politics in One Piece. I know. It's so weird. You know what's weird though?
In my pirate anti-corporation anime.
This is my anime about funny pirate stretchy kid. Why are you talking about politics? That's not in the anime.
No, it's not about communism. No, don't do this. No.
What is a government? What is the world government? What is a celestial dragon? I don't know these things. What is the best drawn punch in any animation?
Punch the color off the screen for me, please.
Yes.
It was so good. Two best punches. I think first is against St. Charlos. Second is the one against St. Saturn. Such a good moment.
I haven't seen the one against St. Saturn. Because I'm in.
Oh my god!
So Saki and I, because One Piece is as long as it is, what I want to do is just go through the whole thing and be caught up. That's what I want to do. Saki does not have the same stamina for that, so we've been bouncing to other animes. in like every time we finish a season, we bounce to another anime and then come back after a couple animes that are like 12 episodes each and then come back. It's not how I want to do it, but I understand why she wants to do it that way.
Katie and I have powered through, and we're now both caught up on the manga.
Okay.
So-
How many seasons does it have now?
Literally, season 1's about to end at episode 1155.
Yeah, so
That's not a joke. That's not a joke. That is real.
The how many seasons show has doesn't mean anything. How many episodes it has does, though, and it's well over
I go by
1,000.
arcs. So if you want to talk
I
arcs,
thought
there's
it had
40
like
or so.
different. I thought it had like different seasons still. Like I knew that it has a ridiculous amount of like episodes, but I didn't know it was just one season.
No, it has
Literally,
arcs
like,
more than it has seasons.
Yeah, it is quite literally technically one season up till now. Like,
Yeah,
they're
because it
just
was
now taking their first
because
season
it's
break.
not a seasonal anime, it's a weekly anime.
Yeah.
And as a weekly anime, it does not have traditional seasons. It just has a release schedule.
In fact, it just took its very first break this year, which is crazy.
Yeah, the break
3-month
shortly
gap.
after Gear 5.
Yep. But what was that this year that they animated Gear 5? Was that really this year? I thought it was last year.
Very good question. I do not remember.
Oh no. Time's going too fast. We're about to
What's happened this year?
before we know it, we'll figure out what the One Piece is, and we'll all be like,
It was the friends
I mean,
we made along
you
the
reached
way.
30 now, right? You reached 30 now, so now you
okay,
go
Gear
by
5 was
decades.
last
Actually,
year. The important
Every-
person in chat said Gear 5 was last year, and I believe him because he has 100,000 subscribers.
Every 10 years, the timeline speeds up by 50% for you. So you've reached your first milestone, or you've reached your second milestone. So things about to get way quicker for you.
Oh yeah, we're going speed running this bitch. We're speed running straight to the grave from here.
to be fair, like 2025 went by like rather quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I-
look back in the last year and I've been like, holy shit, I can't believe
I'll be right
that was
back.
I
only a
think
year
it's-
ago.
I think it's just
Yeah.
because like this is the problem with the Trump administration in general, right? Is that it feels like so much garbage happens so fast.
Yeah,
And to be fair, like
It's nonstop. It's all the time.
and to be fair, like that is by design, because Steve Bannon literally said that this is the strategy that will be a winning strategy for a Trump regime, is to flood the media with so much stuff that nobody can focus on anything.
yeah.
It is one of those things where like it sounds like a dumb movie conspiracy until you hear it from the guy who was in charge of his regime during the first presidency. You're like, oh no, that's not movie shit. That's just what Bannon wanted.
That's kind of like why they let like Trump loose. I feel like in the first admin, there were still like so many people in place that were like trying to, you know, talk him out of things, and now they just like let him loose and
I mean,
say like ridiculous shit, and then it's getting like blown up in the media, and everybody's like focusing on what
so
ridiculous thing like Trump said.
Project 2025 explicitly says, and I know this is before page 170, because page 170 is when I stopped actually reading it and started skimming. Project 2025 specifically.
Oh, damn, right when it was getting good, too.
Yeah, fucking. I tried to do a series where I went through all, like I read through all of it, and I
a lot.
got 200.
It's a lot.
I got almost 200 pages in, and just went, I can't do this. This fucking sucks. But one of the main things in Project 2025 was replacing experts in areas of government with Trump loyalists. Now, granted, because it's from the Heritage Foundation, which is a super PAC, they could not say Trump, because that is one of the rules of the Political Action Committee in America, is you have to endorse the party, not the person. But the point was to eliminate experts in fields, replace them with loyalists that will be yes men for Trump. So that's not just a theory, Nyara. You're spot on, because that's what the Heritage Foundation argued should happen.
Yeah. It's
And it's
just it's wild to me. Like 2025, like even when I just like look into like the microcosm of like me as like a content creator of like what happened this year. Like at the start of the year, like even just Twitter, I had like 6,000 followers. The year before that, I had 300 followers.
Yep.
Like-
you blew up.
it just
it has been a big year for you.
Yeah, it's been kind of wild for me, and
what's wild
I
is
think that
your trajectory has very much been I was created by my enemies style.
Oh yeah.
of thing. Like it was
It is
literally
true.
Asmongold and Tectone getting pissed at you and then just like blowing up your channel, and now suddenly you're here. They are directly responsible for any fame that you gain because they lit
The
the
yin and the
match,
yang.
and they don't want that match lit, obviously, but they did it anyway, the dumbasses.
If you think about it,
Yeah.
we as leftist content creators depend upon conservatives pumping out dumb shit to react to and like debate with that. Like that's how we do our thing, is because they exist. And then they do the same thing because we exist. In a weird way, we're kind of codependent on each other if you think about
Like
it.
I wouldn't know about Dead Domain. Granted, I probably would have learned later on, but like my first interaction with you, Dead Domain, was because you did the infiltration of the NIFB, and I had done previously a whole like year or two stint of covering the NIFB, their actions, Anderson getting banned from multiple countries, like all of that shit was stuff that I focused on for a significant chunk of my life. So like hearing that you did the infiltration, that was how I learned you existed. Period.
And that was the video that like one of the videos that kind of blew up my channel. I kind of hit a second bump around when I did a similar thing with CPAC, and I released a 2-parter for that. And then, you know, some of the other the annoying thing of kind of spreading myself so thin over so many different subjects is that I never can tell always what will blow up, because I've done, you know, these intensely detailed deep dives and investigative pieces and documentaries, and some of them will blow up. Some of them I'll put just as much effort into and they will do nothing and get, you know, limited ads and all this stuff. And then likewise, sometimes I will do like a movie review that will just get in my top 10, like basically overnight. There's really no accounting for the YouTube algorithm, and like I kind of feel like it's been the worst it's been for like the last year or so.
Do you feel like, or does everybody here feel like leftist creators aren't being pushed by YouTube as
Yes.
much?
Oh, for sure.
Like I
Well,
know
yeah.
that like obviously Twitter doesn't really boost a lot of like leftists anymore, but like YouTube is also just like rewarding a lot of like the
Well,
conservatives.
the funny thing is, it kind of is pushing us, if you think about it, because it's pushing Asmongold. So by proxy, you know, who the fuck does what does Asmongold have if not us? You know what I mean? Like, he reacts to Nyara, you a lot. I believe he reacted at least to Dead Domain once, right?
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And Hassan, of course. So like I said, like they kind of are pushing us if you think about it.
Yeah, but it's just it's more of like an indirect thing that like people know of me,
I know,
but they
I'm
don't
just- yeah.
watch me in particular in that.
Yeah,
in
it's
that sense.
Yeah. It's just funny to me because like by necessity, they end up getting our names out there anyway, even if it's just for people to shit on us. I think that's funny. It's ironic.
I think it's kind of it's wild how things happen, because like I used to just, you know, yap about me being trans and whatnot. Like I had my set on TikTok, and I had like a lot of like haughty type of TikToks and content and whatnot, and then I got like a little bit more vocal and started uploading long form videos, like uploading actual segments. And I had it all kind of started at the year with like, or last year, with Rev Says Dezu coming out of me, starting like drama with me, being like, oh my god, these trans creators that are like going full mask off because I acknowledge the existence of like trans kids and whatnot. And at the start of the year in January, I made like a thumbnail that was like very like on the nose and being about like the leave kids alone, and then my model being like no because the video was like about
No.
how I was a trans kid and how I had to like deal with it alone and how I struggled and why I care
Now
about like
suddenly you
wanting
want
more
to
education
chop
and whatnot.
wee-wees off little trans girls.
Yeah, there's a great
of course.
So I actually asked somebody, not anybody specific. I just put this idea out there and somebody actually drew it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's like a good visual representation of what people are saying when they say to leave the kids alone. And it's basically like there's a child hanging off the edge of a cliff and we're trying to help them. Here it is. I'll send it to you guys. And then like bigots come along and they're like, leave them kids alone. Leave them alone. Let kids be kids. There it is.
Yeah, I think
Here, I'll show it on
I
screen
think
real
I
quick.
posted this before.
Yeah. Done by here.
When
Let
did
me
that, like-
show
When did that disappear?
the person.
Wait,
Where's it at?
Leave the kids alone.
Leave the kids alone. Leave them alone. Sorry, I'm pulling up the user, so I'm not just stealing art. Lucic, Lucikknk on Blue Sky. That's what it is. That person on the screen. But yeah, I just thought that was a really good comic.
Yeah. Pretty on point.
My idea, of course, but somebody else drew it, so.
Well, why do
Actually,
you hate
you are the artist,
AI? Why do you hate AI so much then? Because that's what the AI is doing. You thought about it, you didn't draw it, something else drew it, now you have it. Why are you so
Something
fucking
else, yeah.
angry, liberal?
Well,
Can you
that person's an
imagine I call
extension of me,
myself
so
an
technically
artist?
I did draw it.
Yeah, can
I
you
made
imagine
this.
I call myself an artist because I commissioned art from, someone? I was like, yeah, I did this
I
because
made
I
this.
thought about like the words. I used the words in this particular order to convey this meaning, and they reimagined that according to like my will. So actually, I'm the artist.
I'm
the
a
genius.
crochet artist, so I don't want to fucking hear it. Like AI can never do what I do. Ever.
Have you
Yeah.
seen
They can follow a pattern, but I do freehand.
Have you
so.
seen the videos of it's a dude who does like tech deck tricks. And they'll have just like
I'll be right back.
they'll have like their hand on the tech deck and they'll go to a pool, and then once they get into the pool they'll do a quick transition that is like buttery smooth into anything. It can be just like them tech decking into the pool, or they'll transition to them actually skateboarding into the pool and like fake breaking their back or shit. And the caption is always the same. It's always AI could never. Because it's them just like naturally transitioning into stuff that makes no sense. It's something that AI would try to do, but it would always add like that weird bit of uncanniness to it when like you can tell when something's an actual cut in editing.
You know what the worst offender of AI is, in my opinion, at least in my experience, is this bullshit you get like 5-hour, 10-hour videos that are just like music. That's all AI slop, and then it's got like
where it's just
AI
like
generated thumbnail.
Here's
and there's
the
just
Sonic
like video
Adventure
after...
2 soundtrack, but it's smooth
Yes!
jazz. Yes, that shit. So I hate that
And I
because
didn't know, and I was listening. I'm like, this is so good, and then I find out it's AI fucking shit, and I'm like, oh great. Well now I hate it. Now I hate it.
Like I had that realization because a friend of mine was, I forget what music genre it was, and I'm not gonna hang us on me trying to figure out what it was, but my friend Wayne was talking to me and he's just like, yeah, I've been listening to this kind of music recently. I was like, oh, so have I. City pop, that's what it is, city pop. And I was like, oh yeah, I've been listening,
like that kind of like Dreamcast menu sounding shit.
Yeah, where it sounds like the Weather Channel from the 90s. Fucking
I'm into it.
Brilliant.
Nice.
So I found a person who had done an AI generated, but I didn't know it was AI generated at the time, where it was city pop, but it was the Super Mario RPG soundtrack. Mario RPG is in my top 3 RPGs of all time, and its soundtrack is something that I've listened to on repeat, just normal. So I listened to that for weeks, threw it at Wayne. He's like, oh yeah, this thing's AI shit. I'm like, what? Oh god, fucking damn it.
There's this TikTok song that's like, I think it's like called Run or something, that like blew up and you hear it everywhere and like constantly. And it's just like an AI song. And it's like, if you think about it, like when I'm listening to Spotify, yes, I still use Spotify, and I just have like the song
Right.
radio, and I just listen to it as like background music. And at some point, it's like, yeah, I really like the song, and then I check it out, and it's just like some AI band. Like,
Or it's like the fucking
what
country
happens if you actually like stuff and then you realize it's AI? Like, for me, immediately
It makes
like
me fucking
loses
hate
meaning,
it.
but it's like, yeah, it's gross. But like, there are way too many people who are like, well, I still enjoy it.
Like,
And I
Because
think
you
that-
like
But
jingling
you're,
keys.
you are
You like
it is
jingling
it is
keys.
the idea
Yeah.
of like you are the things that you are enjoying and detecting is everything that we've through every aspect of society we've been brought up to believe that when you're interacting with a piece of art, it is some kind of relationship between you and some artist out there.
Yes.
Where they have like passively through all of their experiences has brought them to creating this art, and through cultural exchange you are now getting to take part in it. So when you have a
Communication.
moment exactly where you are sitting and you're listening and you know like and this is why there's such heavy emphasis on emotion and the importance of human emotion in music, especially when you have things like R&B or jazz. You know, when you listen to old blues singers talk about, you know, heartbreak or losing their woman or going broke on gambling debt or whatever, you feel the tangible human connection to the art. Now, if I were to have you listen to something, you go, okay, yes, this in your mind, you are saying, yes, this is assimilating enough of what I know from the human artistic experience that I feel okay emphasizing with this or empathizing with this. And then if you, it's pulling the rug out where you're like, aha, I tricked you. And because that's what it is. It is saying, you think you were listening to something with actual human value and input, but it was actually just a collection of sounds randomly, well, not randomly, but strung together based on patterns. I have played you for a fool. You know, it is stealing your nose from you.
I think that you're on the right track, but I don't even think you go far enough. I think that it's black magic. I think that you are taking... No, I'm not kidding. Like, you think I'm kidding. You are taking the soul fragments of dead people and alive people, and you are mashing them up into a fine paste. And then you are... You ever seen the SpongeBob Great Krabby Patty machine?
Yep.
That churns out Krabby Patties and spray? That's what you're doing. You're grinding it up into a fine paste and spitting out some bullshit that looks like something they would make. But they're like, it's not from them, and sometimes they're
or
dead.
The thing that was just going
necromancy
around about the old lady who has dementia, and so they gave her an AI picture of her with Ozzy Osbourne because she was a big Osbourne fan, and it's like that is.
It's just gaslighting people.
Fucking cruel.
Exactly.
It's so fucked up.
It's insane.
It is human transmutation from Full Metal Alchemist. You are doing human transmutation when you do AI generative bullshit. And that's why I'm not even kidding. This is why people are driven to suicide by chatbots. You are doing black magic. It is forbidden arts. You shouldn't do it.
There's a reason
and I think
why
there's
AI psychosis is a thing now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've been working for the last, because I put out a big video and I want to make more videos like it on nostalgia this last summer. And it's kind of part of what I plan to be like a trilogy on these more philosophical topics that affect our culture. And the next one I've been writing for a while is on AI, just the broad idea, not the broad idea, but like how it is affecting us and how it's just terrible for everything. And the real problem is that more and more shit just keeps coming out about it. You can't go a week, you can't go 2 weeks without some major story dropping about how, oh, this company is covering up how chatbots are making middle schoolers off themselves. And like, it's just the most heinous shit. And there's no oversight and no seeming end to it. But the kind of, I guess the
regulations. It's crazy.
Yeah. And the central thesis of the script I've been working towards is that like it's actually kind of everything we're seeing here is kind of inevitability of the culture and society we've created and has been allowed to create through consolidation of capital. Where I think back to what we were just talking about, the idea of giving a dementia patient like essentially a fake memory, and it's this idea that is like, what better distillation is there of the American, I believe something in front of me, therefore it's real mindset?
Isn't that
Anyway.
like what Joe Rogan said one time?
no,
where he
it's
was like, he genuinely believed something, and then the guest was like, "Oh no, that's AI," and he was like, "No, it's real because I want to believe that it's real."
Yeah.
It's like they generate their delusions, and you know how like right wingers used to, like with transphobia and whatnot, they do it all the time where they bring up like old cases and like repackage it as like something new, or like I don't know, some random videos are being like taken out of context from like a decade ago and then like repackaged as like, oh my god, the Muslims are targeting Christmas by climbing a tree or some shit, right? Like you constantly see this, and now they do it with like AI stuff.
Metatron straight up fell for it was so funny. I was reacting to Metatron, and he fell for an AI generated picture of like a bunch of Muslims like praying to Mecca in the street. And there's like cars with like 6 wheels, and like some people don't have heads. And I'm like, brother, it took me 5 seconds to realize this is AI. What are you doing?
Yeah, but like
there is a very real phenomena of it's the world they want it to be true.
Yeah.
Here is a picture of it, therefore this is to them some
like, kind
of reality.
It's like the overweight, blue-haired liberal setting the Tesla on fire type of thing.
They're all of the pictures they have, like they're still doing the same like SJW caricature stereotypes from 10 years ago, but it's never actually existed, so they all have to be AI generated. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Blitzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.